What's happening, y'all? So we back at Panda Express again. That's our second trip to Panda Express today. This is gonna be a two-person pickup. One from Panda Express, and then the other pickup is gonna be from Lowe's. I'm not sure what we're gonna be getting from Lowe's, but it's 10 miles for, it's 10 miles total for $19 and some change, so almost 20 bucks. But like I said, this one's gonna be a two-part trip. So we're gonna run into Panda Express, grab this order, and then we'll get to the next one, y'all. Y'all, back at Panda Express again. This is our second trip to Panda Express today. This order should be ready too, so as soon as we get in, we'll see if they got it done for us. More than likely, this one is done. Set the order up there. This might be ours. As soon as grab somebody else to grab this order. Thanks for having the picture. So as soon as we get this one, then we'll get to it. All right, y'all, they got that one ready for us. We get a quick picture.
All right,
thanks,
here's
man.
that receipt for you.
All right, appreciate it.
For it. You have a great night.
You too. All right, we got that one, y'all. Like I said, our next stop is gonna be Lowe's. We're picking up one item from Lowe's, so we'll run in there, grab this, and I think both of them are going to Austin Town, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see once we get in the ride and get over here. I remember to push the door on the handle this time and then just run into it. All right, y'all, so we're gonna get this in the car, and then we'll run over to Lowe's and grab the second part. It's just right over across the street. All right, y'all, so back in the whip. We're gonna try to get this second part from Lowe's once this traffic lighten up out here. And then we'll see what kind of item we're supposed to be getting from there. I'm not sure yet, but hopefully it ain't nothing big or awkward. We gotta go back around again to this light since it's only one way in and one way out of here. So we'll see what's up. It's not telling me. Okay. Crayola stain color, black enamel, interior, exterior, plus primer. So we get some paint out of here. Hopefully it's a paint that they don't have to mix, so it won't take us long. But I ain't 100% sure we're gonna be that lucky. But we'll see once we get in here. We'll find a paint counter and we'll get to it. I'm trying to remember. I done been in here so many times. I'm just not sure which end to park on for the paint counter. I'm pretty sure it's not this first door. It gotta be the second door, maybe. Lumber and yard, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We over here at Lowe's now, so we're gonna figure out what door we're gonna use to pick these items up. I'm gonna just park here and run in. I'm not sure what end it is on. All right, let's do it, y'all. All right, y'all, we at Lowe's. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and we're gonna keep doing them. Like I said, this is a one part pickup from here. So we're gonna run in and go to the paint department, and hopefully this ain't a paint that they need to mix, and it'll make it a lot quicker for us. We were in Lowe's the other day shopping for something. I'm not sure what it was, but I know we was here the other day. But the paint department is down here, so like I said, we'll see if we can find somebody and knock this one out. Like I said, I don't know if this is a color that got to be mixed, but it's only a quarter paint, so we should be able to find somebody to help us. Hey, how you doing today? Good. I'm looking for this quarter paint.
Okay, yeah, I can take it.
Thank you. All right, she gonna help us find this one, make it quick. Then we'll get to the drop off. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be something that had to be mixed or not.
No, it doesn't. You don't get it.
Okay.
It's right here.
That's cool.
Is it satin or gloss?
Satin.
Here you go.
All right, I'll get a quick scan of it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do you need anything else in paint?
I think that was it. Yep, that was it. Thank you.
I'm right here if you need help finding it.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we got that one, and we should be good to go. Like I said, this is the second part of the two-part order, and I think they're both going to Austintown. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure, but we'll see once we get in the car. So we'll get this one scanned, and then we'll head over. I got this little thing on here. I think you just skip it. You ain't gotta do all of that stuff. Make it easier. That 1/4 paint is $19. That's crazy. Paint is super expensive. I just bought paint yesterday, but I went to Harbor Freight, so I got a deal at the paint on Harbor. Excuse me. How do you cancel that thing? All right, thanks a lot, man. All right, y'all, we got that one. We get a quick picture of the receipt, and then we'll head over to the drop-off. Like I say, this is the second half of the two-part drop-off. So it should be less than 10 miles, I'm thinking, because of the trip and the distance to get over here to the original pickup. So we'll jump in a ride and we'll get to it. The first drop off is gonna be on the south side over on Laclede. So over on Laclede. So this will be the first drop off, and that's gonna be 5 minutes, 13 miles. So one on the south side, the other one gonna be on the west side. So we're gonna have to cut across once we get this one dropped off. It's raining and I'm walking fast, so need to do some yoga or something, get my exercise up. All right, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment down below. We about to jump in a ride, get out of this rain and get to it, y'all. All right, y'all. That was our fun day of shopping in Lowe's. Got me walking around the store all fast. And we probably gonna take South Avenue for the first drop off, because that one is over on Laclede. So let's do it, y'all. Appreciate y'all ride with me as always. We're gonna see if we can make some more money tonight. Let's get these dropped off and I'll give y'all the breakdown.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door. Look at the mailbox.
Alright, y'all, we got our first drop off. This is gonna be the house right here. This is the order for Lowe's for the paint. So we're gonna leave this on the porch and we'll get to it. Alright, y'all, we dropped that one off. We'll get to our next half now. The next half gonna be, like I said, I believe on the west side. And this one gonna be a handed to me order. Alright, let's do it, y'all. drop off, y'all, is gonna be here at Taco Bell. I guess it's an employee. We gonna get this in, get this delivered, and then I'll give y'all the breakdown. Alright, y'all, let me give y'all the breakdown. The Panda Express customer tipped $7.50, so that was cool. The Lowe's customer tipped $5, and DoorDash paid $6.50 for that trip, so it made it $19. I probably wouldn't have delivered either of these if it wasn't for the amount that they paid for the Lowe's trip, because they were just so far away. But the amount that DoorDash paid for the Lowe's trip made it worth it. But we gonna get back to it, y'all. I appreciate y'all riding with me, and we gonna keep doing it. All right, y'all, in a minute.